glorious time this will be for all who are working with energy and connected and doing healing work. This energy as a supportive of all of this work, beyond any of your current understanding. There is simply the ability that when you are working in the midst of this new consciousness, what was in the older consciousness took time for the manifestation or the realization of certain things to occur materially. This will be shortcut in a tremendous amount and lessened to a tremendous degree in the midst of this new consciousness, where the time that was required to realize and manifest things under the older consciousness now will be tremendously quickened and made easier because of the realization that we are connected. Some of the old stopgaps that were in place to prevent things that would have created chaos if people realized things under the old system, under the new system, with the realization that we are all connected, and with the immediate feedback that you have of your connections and your actions. With that immediate feedback, people's actions will be clear. They'll have the clarity to make greater decisions and the ability to bring about things in a much quicker manner through manifestation and through thought. The thoughts will be much quicker. Thoughts and their ability to manifest within the physical realm will be greatly increased in time. Without the density of the older system, thoughts will quick turn, heal, transmute, change, transmit at a level that has not been understood to this time. There will be an adjustment among many of the physical bodies as it takes place. Handling of this energy will take and be accepted little by little over time. It will penetrate in and move in to the body and allow it to acclimate over a level. This immediate, the presence of this energy will change physicality over time to the fact that to be able to handle this level of vibration, which it is not used to at this time, there are certain lower level vibrations with regards to illness, sickness, and other things that will simply evaporate, they will simply never exist again, because at the level of this consciousness, there are certain lower level vibrations with regards to sickness, illness, or even disease, crime, anything else that allow these things to exist at the lower vibration. They just simply will not exist at this newer vibration. They cannot exist. So they simply must evaporate and go away. The physical body will be changed as a result of this newer vibration, but it will take time and it will be uncomfortable at points and times for those involved. But it is a necessary change as the physical body evolves, and particularly as those who are being born directly into this newer energy, they will come in with these capabilities already existing. There are those that will be a part of this that will experience this change and will experience this first off in their connection and their ability to connect across time to a certain extent. The veil as we know it and has existed up until this time will no longer exist. There will be that direct connection that will come through to all who make the intention to do so. And there are those that are coming in directly, that are being born into this, that will automatically and always be connected. This veil as we know it, this connection as we know it, and our need to the veil as we know it, and our ability to cross it will no longer be needed. This will be something that is simply will not exist. The ability to do so and connect across, because of our connection that is enabled by this new consciousness, will make this construct of the veil to no longer be needed. There are those that suffer now under the older system with regards to people, refugees. There are those that suffer under the belief now that there is not enough for all that is a part of this new transcendence, a part of this new consciousness. With this new consciousness, there is the understanding that there is enough physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally for all, and that will help bring end to some of this some of the misunderstandings, the borders, the protections, and the other stuff that exist as they are now. Our ability to welcome, help, and heal those that are from anywhere around us will be accepted as normal daily operation, normal daily thinking. It will not be thought of otherwise. It would be unconscionable to think otherwise, because there will not be any thought of lack. There will be plenty for everyone, and that our need to protect ourselves from anybody else coming or going within our borders will simply cease. Step back. I'm getting a series of pictures that come through. There is a wild, it's almost as if there are no power lines that exist.
Right.
There's neighborhood, the people, the what is driving and working, the way that we are powering and doing other things is completely and wildly different. There is an utter there's no power lines. There's nothing.
There's a lot of free energy, 0 point.
It's there. There's a way that as this new consciousness comes in, there is a recognition and a utilization of this existing energy as it already is here. But there's an understanding that allows it to be harnessed, such that as we move forward, the ability to, because it's like there's not a filling station. There's not a power line. There's not anything. There is a use of whatever this energy. There's a consequence of this new hospitals are much smaller. The size isn't needed. The size is not needed. That was once needed for buildings like this. They're not. Whatever is there. I walk into what would be called a hospital here, and there is I hear sounds.
It's a med-based high technology that's been around, and we were holding back to harness and harvest that.
There's sounds and frequencies and other things that are. It's there. It is as if there is nothing invasive. It is coming in from the outside, or it's. I can't seem to.
It heals at the DNA level.
There's nothing invasively coming in. It's like there's not a surgical bay anymore. There is just whatever this is. This comes in, and it's reflected out. That must be okay. You say DNA. So DNA comes in correct. It comes back out. It's reflected out through the physicality. The correction is made internally, and then it balances, shines, moves out to correct the problem. There is some other mode of getting around from one place to the other. There are still some types of vehicles that look like they're moving, that they're transporting, I guess, whatever, a truck or something. They're moving something, but there is another means by which we are also getting around. You step in, you got to step in. You step into what's like a cylindrical thing. A phone booth. It's an energetic deconstruction and reconstruction. Bang, bang. You have seen what will be the further evolution of this energy and of this consciousness that is developing as we speak now. These further uses of things that will not damage me, that will not damage ourselves, that will not damage our universe, are slowly and will be put into play such that these things can exist, so that there's no potential of damage or hurt or harm to myself as they have done under the old consciousness.